Let's talk about the dark side of Hollywood. The secrets behind the glitz and glam, the power plays, and the dirty deals. What if I told you that behind the scenes, Ryan Reynolds may have used his influence and power to destroy a co-star's career and manipulate not just one, but an entire studio, all while using his wife, Blake Lively, as a pawn in his dangerous game? Yes, you heard that right. And what's even worse, it's all been exposed. You see, the game is rigged, the players are ruthless, and Ryan Reynolds, America's sweetheart, is at the heart of it. In a shocking series of leaked texts and emails, Ryan Reynolds is accused of using his power not just for good, but for something far more sinister. You think you know Hollywood? You don't. But buckle up, because this is about to get messy. The truth is finally being laid bare, and it's more dramatic than anything you'll see on screen. The story begins on April 12, 2023, when Ryan Reynolds sent an email to Liz Plank, one of Justin Baldoni's old co-hosts. At first glance, it may seem like a casual message, but don't be fooled. Ryan is doing more than just catching up. He's playing a game, one that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about this Hollywood nice guy.
I think ultimately the guy needs to comprehend the stakes. He's an inexplicably toxic mess, to say nothing of the fact he presents as a feminist ally and warrior, when he's actually a thoroughbred predatory fraudster. Talking to Danny will be helpful. Danny's his manager. I don't want to prescribe anything. I want to enlist Danny, his manager, Justin's manager, to help. Or his agent, rather. I'd like to present options. Justin should be writing 15-page apology letters to Blake and dozens of other folks from the film. Instead, he continues to attack Blake. Show me when he attacked Blake. Show me once where Justin himself attacked Blake. You can't. And before long, she's going to stop protecting him from the other cast and crew who want to hold him accountable. Who's that again? Jenny Slate, literally in our last video we proved, didn't want to go to a lawsuit. Colleen Hoover also was just following Blake along. None of them wanted anything to do with this. They may have found him annoying on set, frustrating, all that stuff.
This is where the real drama begins. Ryan calls out Justin Baldoni in ways you wouldn't expect from someone who's supposed to be a co-worker, a friend. He's not just criticizing Baldoni's behavior on set. No, Ryan is eviscerating him. A toxic mess? A malignant laziness? Ryan isn't holding back, and why should he? This is about control. This is about sending a message to the entire industry. He's got the power, and he's using it to tear down anyone who dares challenge him. But don't be mistaken, this is only the tip of the iceberg. Behind the scenes, Ryan is pulling strings. He's not just talking about toxic people, he's creating a toxic environment. He's setting the stage for a battle. And it's Blake Lively, the supposed innocent bystander, that gets dragged into this power struggle. Ryan's not just manipulating Justin Baldoni, he's manipulating Blake. Don't believe it? Let me explain. He's actively putting her on a pedestal while making sure everyone knows that she's the reason for the film's success. And sure, that may seem innocent on the surface after all. Who doesn't want to defend their partner? But there's more, much more.
Nobody wanted it to go to this length. No one wanted to stand out and make such a big deal. He's a bit Trumpy, in a sense. He just labels everybody else the very thing he is himself. You're not doing that at all, are you, my man? I'd put Blake's reputation on trial any day of the week. She's worked with Oliver effing Stone and dozens of other mercurial and abusive people. Wow, way to call it Oliver Stone. In her experience and mine, nobody has ever reached the epirine heights of vile the way Justin Baldoni has. Again, why? What did he do? His complete lack of not only remorse, but self-preservation is a character study of malignant, lazy-lidded stupidity and darkness.
Ryan doesn't just protect Blake. He uses her image to cover his own sins. He throws Justin under the bus, but it's Blake who carries the weight of his success. He spins her into this almost saintly figure, painting her as the heart and soul of everything. Blake works endlessly for the film, sacrificing her time, her energy, and most importantly, her reputation. Let's not forget how he manipulates Sony into backing his narrative. When things go south, guess who steps in to make sure Blake gets her due credit? Ryan Reynolds, the puppet master, pulling all the strings. Sure, Blake's out there doing the marketing, making the press rounds, handling the storm of rumors. But don't think for a second that Ryan isn't taking advantage of that. Sony? Well, Sony's in the middle of it all, desperately trying to salvage their image. And yet, they play right into Ryan's hands. It's not just about protecting Blake anymore. It's about destroying anyone who dares to get in their way. And Justin Baldoni? He's been marked as the enemy.
Instead of aggressively implementing steps to create a safe work environment for Blake and every other woman on set, they responded in laughably impotent and meek ways. They revealed their hand immediately and often. You put that list together, and Blake has admitted once the list was together, shooting went smoothly. So what are we still talking about? The problems really came in post when Blake couldn't get her way, and then Blake had to throw her weight around Sony, which Sony has visibly expressed, verbally expressed how much they disagree with you, Ryan. But I digress. They laughingly, but this revealed their hand immediately.
You think Blake's the one putting in the work? Think again. It's all about Ryan's manipulation. Every move, every word, carefully crafted to keep Blake in the limelight while Ryan stays in the shadows, quietly pulling the strings. Blake's work on the film, it's all his doing. But the twist is in the details. Ryan's words drip with hidden motives, making it clear he's the one calling the shots. Let's keep it real. Ryan's pulling the rug out from under Justin Baldoni's career, using his wife's success as a way to push him down further. He doesn't want anyone to overshadow his wife, and he'll do whatever it takes to keep the attention where he wants it, on Blake and on himself. As for Sony, they've completely fallen in line, terrified of what Ryan will do next if they don't comply. But here's the thing, Blake is almost out of the picture. She's starting to realize that this isn't a partnership, it's a power play. The more she's dragged into this game, the more it threatens her career. Ryan's the one controlling the narrative, and he's already made it clear, everyone must do what he says. When the truth comes out, things will get ugly.
She made this unbelievable win happen. She made this win for Sony and by proxy Wayfair. She effing refused to give up on the film. I wish she would have and just left and had Justin do somebody else. She didn't sleep. She missed countless moments with her kids while sitting in edit rooms. Oh my God, she had to work? Scrapping and frame effing dailies for every square inch of quality. She slammed together a recipe for success despite working with ingredients she wasn't even able to choose. All this while masterminding a world-class marketing and promo plan.
The way Sony cowers before Ryan's demands, how they allow him to control the narrative, and how they watch as his toxic behavior continues unchecked, it's enough to make you question everything. What happened to protecting the talent? What happened to supporting the actors and the crew? In the end, it's all about Ryan Reynolds getting his way, no matter the cost. In his texts, Ryan makes it clear that he has a problem with how the studio handles things. Sony's weakness becomes Ryan's strength, and with each passing day, he tightens his grip around everyone involved, forcing them to follow his lead or risk being crushed beneath the weight of his reputation. And then there's the massive contradiction. On the one hand, Ryan talks about how great Blake is for the film. On the other hand, he lets Sony take the fall for everything that went wrong. All this time, the real mastermind behind the scenes is him. It's all part of his plan to stay untouchable.
Sony said specifically she did it to herself. This Lively didn't deserve the backlash, but she did bring it all herself, refusing to listen to advice and by selling her products. She orchestrated all this drama in a totally unsavvy and amateur way and basically threatened Sony and now is mad it backfired at her.
Stay tuned, because we're about to dive deeper into this chaos. I promise you, you won't want to miss the next part of this twisted Hollywood tale. But before we move forward, let's stop for a moment to let that sink in. Just how deep does this conspiracy go? How far will Ryan Reynolds go to maintain his control? Now that the stage is set, let's dive even deeper into the unraveling storm. The tension is palpable, and every text, every email reveals just how much Ryan Reynolds is playing with fire behind the scenes. But the real kicker? He's dragging Blake Lively into this battle, while everyone else watches in silence, too afraid to speak out. And you know what? That's exactly how Ryan wants it. We already know Ryan's using his wife's image as the golden ticket, manipulating her public perception to keep the spotlight off himself. But here's the twist. Blake, the supposed innocent party in all of this, is now the scapegoat. It's clear. Ryan's setting her up to be the one who takes the fall, the one who fixes everything, while he gets all the credit for the good stuff. But that's not how this is going to end. Boom! Did you catch that? This is where it all blows wide open. Sony is finally speaking up, and guess who they're blaming? You guessed it, Blake Lively. According to Sony, Blake's the one who orchestrated the drama, played the game poorly, and threatened the studio with all this pressure. How convenient, right? It's almost like the studio is trying to cover their own tracks while throwing Blake under the bus to save face. But remember, this isn't about Blake. This is about Ryan manipulating the system to get what he wants. But here's the real bombshell. Ryan's influence over Sony is terrifying. The studio's response? Weak, cowardly, and entirely dictated by Ryan's demands. He's pushed them to the brink, forcing them to align with his twisted version of events. It's the ultimate abuse of power. And what does Blake get in return? She's left to fend for herself in this toxic world that Ryan has created. This is where it all starts to unravel. The studio knows the truth, but they're too afraid to call it out. Ryan has them wrapped around his finger. He's using his leverage, and they're too scared to say anything. And why? Because Ryan's power in Hollywood is so overwhelming that even the biggest players are too afraid to stand up to him. He has Hollywood in his pocket, and it's all happening right under our noses. The real villain in this story isn't just Justin Baldoni, it's Ryan Reynolds himself. And let's not forget about the casting of blame. Ryan's playing the ultimate game of deflection, pointing fingers at Justin Baldoni, the crew, and even Sony, all while making sure that Blake gets pinned as the one who's messed up the whole thing. It's so brilliantly manipulative, it almost feels like a Hollywood thriller. But this is real life, and in this game, everyone loses, except for Ryan, of course. But here's the kicker, folks. Ryan Reynolds isn't just playing chess, he's ruthlessly running the table, throwing everyone under the bus to maintain his perfect image. What's his endgame? To have total control over the narrative and make sure everyone else is left to pick up the pieces while he walks away unscathed. And that's where Blake comes into play again. She's the one who's being asked to fix things, to smooth things over with the press and public, all while Ryan hides in the shadows, letting her handle it all. Blake's the one sacrificing her reputation for Ryan's career. She's the face of the scandal, while he continues to manipulate and control everything behind closed doors. That's right, folks, Ryan feeds off the power. It's all about his ego. But here's the real question. How much longer can Blake keep pretending to be okay with this? Can she keep playing the role of the good wife while Ryan runs the show from behind the curtain? The truth is coming, and when it does, it's going to tear this whole thing apart. Hollywood won't know what hit it, and there's no turning back now. Ryan has crossed the line. His manipulation, his twisted version of events, it's all starting to implode. But it's not just Blake's career that's at stake anymore. The power dynamics have shifted, and soon everyone will know just how far Ryan's willing to go to protect his empire, even if it means destroying everyone in his path. It's getting ugly, isn't it? It's getting to the point where even the people closest to Ryan are starting to see through the facade. They're starting to call him out for his behavior, and guess what? The real Ryan is starting to emerge from behind all the smoke and mirrors. His dirty laundry is hanging out for everyone to see. Ryan's manipulative tactics, his love for control, his need for power are being exposed. His ego is bigger than the whole industry, and it's starting to show. And then there's the final slap in the face. Ryan wants to take control of the entire narrative. He wants to write the script, direct the drama, and make sure that everyone knows that he's the one in charge. He doesn't care who gets hurt in the process, and he's willing to ruin Justin Baldoni and anyone who stands in his way. Blake Lively, the woman who's worked her whole career to get to this point, is just another pawn in his game. Ryan's playing the game his way. No apologies, no remorse, no consequences. He's betting that he can get away with it, that the public will forget about all of this once it blows over. But this is not going to blow over. The truth is out, and it's going to destroy everything he's worked so hard to protect. This is it, folks. The curtains are coming down, and Ryan's empire is on the brink of collapse. But this story isn't over yet. Let's see how far Ryan is willing to go to keep up the facade. Who's next? Who's going to take the fall? Stay tuned, because there's more to this story than anyone could have imagined.